Hey everyone, I hope all has been well. I know the semester is coming to an end soon, just about almost little than 3 weeks away. And so today I will be doing a demonstration speech. And this demonstration speech is about how to be a server in a restaurant business, because in another business it does depend, because restaurants and then to diner restaurants, they vary in how to do stuff. So I will only show how to do it in my restaurant industry and how we do things. So first off, when I first started being a server, it was just about, I'd say, 4 months ago in December. And I remember being very nervous and very afraid because I didn't know what to do. But before we continue further to that, let me show you my audience. So, with that story, when I first was a server, I had no idea what to say or what to do. I got a call from my boss saying that I was going to be a server. And at first I was very delighted because, I finally got the chance to be a server, to actually make some good income at a restaurant. But as more time went on, when I was in that moment, I started to get a little bit sick of my stomach. I started to get a little nauseous, started to overthink the situation, and it really did affect how the things I did that day panned out. When I had my first table, they were sitting right there in front of me, and I remember talking to them. I was like, hello, what can I get you? Not really knowing what to say. And that's totally normal because, if it's your first time doing that, you really don't know what to say or what to do in that moment. But as time goes on, you can definitely build up more courage and more, confidence in how to do those things. And so being a server, it builds up your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Because the more you do it, the more you are most likely to be comfortable in these situations. Because being in a restaurant industry will make you uncomfortable at times, but you will have to really get out of your shell to really do your best job at it. So that brings me to my first point is you need to have a really great mindset when going to the restaurant industry. If your mindset up here is not good, it won't work out because, as like I said before, my first day as a restaurant industry, I didn't really know what to say or what to do. I kind of overthought everything and, I was just going to bad places. And so that acted on to the tables I was in. It was not good. I could not concentrate and I was asking the wrong questions. But if you go into work every day thinking, okay, I can do this, today will be a great day, I will get a lot of tips, it will all be going well, then it'll actually turn out into that because your brain knows what to do. It's confident in itself to do its job. And if you don't think like that, then you will go downhill from there. But luckily, if you think good and always do that, you'll have no problem whatsoever. Now, when you are being a server, you have to have a couple of things. For instance, you need to have a notebook, a pen, a knife and a fork, a glass cup, a plate, wine glass, and some wine to serve some stuff in, or it can be water, whatever you prefer. But for this demonstration, we'll be using wine. Now, when you are being a server, you must set up the table great. Now, setting up the table great really sets up the tone of the restaurant and for your customers. Having a great setup will really have that outlook of your customers saying, oh, okay, this is a pretty nice place to be in. So what you want to do when you're setting up is that you want to fold your silverware nicely. Now, in order to fold the silverware, you have to have your knife, you have to put it down, make sure the blade is facing the right side of you, put the fork down. Now what you want to do is you want to take the bottom right side, you want to flip it up, and then you want to take the bottom left side, you want to flip it up there, make sure it's as tight as possible, and then just give it a little twist, start twisting it until it gets a nice tug fit, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to bring this up and put it in the middle of the plate, and the cup is important to put it down. Now you want to put the cup down because if you leave it up, then you have the chance of dust particles getting in the cup or any type of material, because you know how Mother Nature is at times. You can't really predict what goes in that cup. So you want to make sure it's down to avoid any of that. Now that you got that out of the way, your place is all set up, what you want to do now is greet the customers. Now, when you greet the customers, you don't want to just go right up to them and say, what can I get you? what you really want to do is just, greet them like this, like, hello, how are you guys doing today? And then they usually respond like, good, good. And then you would respond, awesome. And then it's like, is there anything you would like to get to drink? Now, asking what to drink, get them to drink is the most important step. That's the first step you want to do. That's because you let them time, you have to give them time to look at the menu to see what they want. And then at the meantime, you bring them their drinks and they're all good to go by then. So what you want to do on your notepad is have a structure. Now what I do is that I put drinks first at the top, then I do appetizers second because my restaurant offers appetizers, and then you want to do dinners last. Now that's how it's set up: drinks, appetizers, and then dinners. Now it can vary from restaurant to restaurant, but this is how I do it in mine. And just make sure that you know which table is going where everything is going. So, once you have asked them what they wanted to drink, you put them down, and then you give them a second, you go back, and you put what you need. Now, to put those drinks in, it all depends, it varies. Sometimes it depends on the POS system you have. For my POS system, we use Clover, which is a computer that we put things in. We just type it in, and then we put it in, and it just fires and lets everybody know what we are serving. So that brings me to my next thing, is how to prepare for a wine glass. Now, you can definitely see the difference between which one is which. This one is kind of like foggy in a way, and this one is still kind of foggy, but it's not as bad. But to prevent that, it's simple. You want to take a microfiber cloth, which is really important. So you want to take it on the bottom, and then you want to stick it in like this. You want to put your hand like that and just go in opposite ways. You want to go opposite ways, getting all the way around. And then once you think that's good enough, you want to get it, transition it to the bottom, clean this lightly, and then there you go. Now you can clearly see the difference now between this is dirty and then this one's clean. There's a huge difference right there. And then when you serve the wine, you just want to do it elegantly, lightly, and then do a little twist at the end, right there. Prevents any spillage. And then when you bring in the cup, you just want to grab it from here, because if you grab it from underneath there, it's not a good idea, because then you'll heat up the wine, which will distort the effect of how it tastes. Like right there, soft. Once you get that, you can ask them, what would you like to eat? And then they usually give you the option of an appetizer or dinner first, but usually they will do appetizers. So you take down the appetizers, and it's basically like a repetitive motion. You go back, you put it in, and then lastly, you put the dinner options. In dinner options, you would ask them, what can I get you for your main courses? And then you usually put them down, same thing, kind of gets, the pattern at this point. Now, when you're bringing them their food, this is another important step. You want to make sure when you're holding the plates, you're not doing it with your fingers like this. That's a no-no, because you're getting germs on this plate that's unnecessary. So what you want to do is you want to hold them out with your thumbs out, making sure they're not on the plate, and just set them nicely down. And then right there. Now that they got their dinners, you let them have a few moments. Usually you wait 3 to 4 minutes to check up on them. And once you do, you can get them whatever you think is necessary for them. You can check on them every couple minutes, ask them, how's the food? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can get you? And they will usually answer you by maybe they want another drink, or maybe they want to put a to-go order. Whatever it can be, it's now the same process. So being a server is typically like a repetitive position, but you just have to really make sure your mindset is there. If not, it can definitely go downhill and be a bad situation you can be in. But as long as you do those things, you will have great success, and you will have great tip outs, and you will have great recognition among your customers. Now, once they are done, you think they are done, usually it'll be a sign of put a napkin on there, you want to make sure you ask, because sometimes even with a napkin on there, they will still be picking, and it'll be bad service if you do pick it up without asking them. Just want to ask them, can I clear any plates that you were done with? And usually you can. Just take it up, you just put it down, just like that, nice and easy. And then if there's nothing you want, anything else on the table, you ask the customer, is there anything else I can get you before anything else? And they're usually like, no, just a check, please. And so get the check, put it on the table, and that's mostly it. But once they're done, what you want to do is you want to get a disinfectant spray. You want to spray down like the table. And then what I like to do when cleaning a table is I put the palms on the thing, on the napkin, and they just do it like if it was a U shape. Easy and effective. And then you repeat setting up the table again. Just like that. Full motion. Now I'd like to show my audience again. All right. And that would be it.